Hey everyone, it's me, Delorbos, back again with another video. Sorry I haven't uploaded for a while, alright? I've had other things to do. Um, I would say more important, but they're not. It's mainly been painting my Heresy Raven Guard. Yeah, I started Heresy. Look at me, another game. I started ages ago, but I'm not getting into this in this video. But I'm back, alright? And I'm doing another army review of the only other Sigma army I own, and then I'm going to have to start asking friends to, borrow miniatures and that jazz, but we're going to get into that later. But anyway, we are looking at Flesh Eater Courts, and you're probably wondering, that's World Eaters. No, it's not. If you look up there, Flesh Eaters Update. Now, the reason I was holding off is because I was either thinking, New Battle Tome or White Dwarf Update. But we hadn't received one for so long, so I thought, maybe it's a Battle Tome. But then they're like, oh yeah, now Battle Tome. White Dwarf Update, which I'm not complaining about. Made them really good, actually. So anyway, let's start discussing first battle. Like, how do they play? Horde. Like, they are the epitome of Horde army. Your characters, including the old Archregent, who, let's get him in a better angle, for a Flesh Eater's army, is a must-buy, as well as your other heroes. We'll get to them soon. Summon tons of chaff, whether it be summoning the humble Flesh Eater called Ghoul, or you want to summon some of the bigger stuff, like these fellas, the Crypt Horrors. Yeah, I got that one right. And the Crypt Flayers. If you want to start summoning some stuff, they are the summoning army. Now, you're probably wondering, that might get expensive. No, it doesn't. They don't cost extra points. They just come in like normal Sigmar summoning. They are the ultimate summoning army. They feel like a horde of flesh-eating zombie cannibal things encircling you. They feel like, those movies, like World War Z. They feel like World War Z. They're pure melee. I think they've got like 2 shooting attacks in the whole battle time. Oh, 3. They've got 3 shooting attacks in the whole battle time. And before you go, but the Courtier has one, doesn't he? It's the same profile. It's literally even named the same thing. So yeah, they are a horde World War Z feeling army. What's their strengths? Lots of attacks. Your standard ghoul gets 2 4s and 4s, which you're probably thinking is not great. But there are so many ways to get extra. If you have more than 20 in a squad, which you will, you get an extra attack. One of the spells gives you D3. The Archregent's built-in spell gives your unit D3 extra attacks. This guy here gets 2 base as well. Everything really gets 2 base, and then you just start stacking things up. And also there's lots of it's not castling. It is in a way, but the heroes give out some really good buffs. He gives you reroll 1s and full rerolls, reroll 1s to ghouls and full rerolls to Crypt Horrors. No one seems to buff the Flayers, which is a bit sad, but oh well. Cool. What's their weaknesses? Range. They cannot deal with ranged very well. You just have to hope and pray you get first turn so you can get close enough to summon stuff. But some of the armies that really screw them over, Lumineth Realm Lords really hurt them. Disciples of Tzeentch can hurt just because of the sheer range. If you get into combat with them, they're toast. But you have to get there. And a good Flesh Eaters player will know how to get to combat. Also, Seraphon really screw you over just with their magic range. Anything really that's a huge amount of range can screw these guys over. Now, let's start discussing a starter army. Now, the first thing I would always recommend, 2 boxes, 2 kits. Start collecting and the Archregent kit. Now, what does the start collecting give you? It gives you 10 ghouls. 10 ghouls is fine for a starter army. You'll need more. You're not going to be able to play Flesh Eaters well with 10 ghouls. It gives you it gives you a sprue of 3 of the Horrors or Flayers. They're the same kit, so do not pick and choose. You have to go with one or the other, but yeah. And it also gives you the chat, like honestly, I'd have to say one of the strongest heroes in the game that isn't named, the Terrorgeist, Royal Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. This guy can do 18 mortal wounds with 1 attack if you roll 666s. Yeah, let that sink in. Now, and the other kit is one of the Essential HQ, the Archregent. This guy's a double caster, 7 attacks. It goes well with every relic that they take, and can summon any unit he wants apart from the big dragons for free. That's just so good. And with the new command ability, which is roll 6 dice, and on a 2+ you get to return one peasant unit, and on a 5+ you get to return a knight unit, which are these guys, and the flayers. You get to roll 6 dice, and you don't have to go, I'm doing it on this squad or this squad. You just roll, and everything within 10 comes back. No problemo. Now, spells. All of their spells are to do with healing. They're very support spells, which is surprising. I thought there'd be a lot more aggro spells, like just mortal wounds, but there was only like 2 in the whole tome. The best ones, I would say, is Freakish Mutation. You add your wounds to your move. So these guys are starting to bolt at 11 inches across the board, and these guys are starting to bolt at 16, which gets a bit scary. Or you take Blood Feast, where D3 mortal wounds, and every D3 you get to return 1 peasant, or you heal a wound to those guys. So what would be some, like, what would I do with the start collecting? I would personally build these guys. They're easier to learn. The flayers are very swingy. These guys are easier to learn. They absorb buffs better because they get rerolls to hit within range of any king or arch regent. And they actually hit really hard. 2 damage, 3 damage on a 6 to wound. It's pretty spicy. Then after you've bought that little starter thing, where would I go from there? I would buy a box of ghouls. They come in 20, so you're getting 20 more ghouls right out the bat. I would buy some flayers at some point. They're not like a primary thing. I mean, I just got them because the guy I bought them off just had them. But they're nice to have. They're a nice mortal wound output, apart from the literal like Chad of Chads right here. And then I would probably invest in a, this is, I know, on a square base, a zombie dragon. Not with a guy on top, it's a waste of points. But, I mean, we'll look cool at the end of the day. But it's just, you're not going to be able to deal buffs out, and he'd be more of a support hero on a monster, but he doesn't... The Ghoul King is not a support hero, he is Smash, with a little bit of support. So it's kind of wasting that Smash hero on a support monster. But it's still really good, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a flippin' dragon, for God's sake. Where would I rank these guys at the moment? In easiness to start and play? Very easy. You've got a very small amount of units. I think you can, like, the boxes you have to buy to make your units. You've got Dragon, like the Terrorgeist kit. You've got the Arch Regent. You've got the Ghoul kit. This kit. And the Varghulf kit. That is a total of 4 kits to use. Or 5. 5 kits. From there you can customize, like this kit here builds the flayers, as I mentioned, as well as the courtiers, but don't do the courtiers. You'll be out, an odd number of models, and they're just not worth it. They're heroes that don't summon, and that's the big thing with your heroes, summoning. So I would say they're very easy to get into, just in terms, because you just have to buy the same boxes every time. It's not like you have to change your purchases, because there's such a small purchase army. They're quite expensive to get into, with having to buy like 50 ghouls. But I would recommend them to new players. They're very simple, just punch with a little bit of shooting, but like they are one of the easiest armies. They're Khorne, but with a bit more finesse. Khorne, I feel when I played them, they were just, that's all you had to do, and just maximize your attacks. These guys maximize attacks, but they have to think, how am I going to get my Smash unit into the big range threat? That is the big thing with them. Like, despite being an army of mindless killers that think they're Bretonnians, they actually have a lot of finesse to them. But not so much finesse that they're difficult to get into. Once you can learn how units play and what they're good at killing, perfectly fine. And one more last thing I'd like to mention with command abilities. Heroic Recovery is useless on this guy. Yeah, like, why is it useless? Why? It's a free heal. His data sheet gives him a flat 3 heal. I can't emphasize enough how powerful this guy is. Not in terms of game breaking, just how good he is for the army. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Sorry I hadn't uploaded for a while. I'm planning to get into lore videos for Sigma more in the future, as well as some Heresy. Ooh, Heresy, and I'm hopping on that Heresy bandwagon. Yeah, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below. I do want to run a little poll, whether you want to see how to play the Lumineth Realm Lords, or how to play Skaven. New Skaven tome, so I actually have to learn it. I definitely did not learn the Skaven tome just now, like a week ago, and then it got replaced. Yeah, definitely didn't do that. No. But yeah, anyway, hope you like this. So like and subscribe. Comment down below if you want Lumineth or Skaven, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.